There are over 2,000 billionaires in the world, from different countries, cultures, and backgrounds. But they all have something in common. They all follow the same rules that keep them rich for generations. So here are the 8 rules of money to win capitalism and achieve financial freedom, just like the billionaires. Let's start with rule number 1. There's no limit to what you can spend. I remember living paycheck to paycheck with an extremely limited budget. I thought that if I earned a bit more, I'd start investing. However, when my income increased, my spending did too. As you earn more, your expenses can rise, so it's crucial to discipline yourself to stick to a budget. Elon Musk famously talks about his college days, a time when he used to survive on just $1 a day in the United States. If Elon can eat on $1 a day, surely you can get by on a few $100 per month. Enjoy the money you earn from your hard work. Travel and indulge in your desires, but make sure your spending is always lower than your income. Rule number 2. Money is a lifelong game. When I first became serious about money and investing, I had this idea that once I started earning a certain amount, I wouldn't have to stick to a strict budget, and I'd be able to retire and enjoy the rewards of my labor. However, when I reached that income level, I realized it wasn't enough, and I needed to earn more. In fact, if you stop actively managing your money, it will cease to generate income. The idea of creating an asset and then doing nothing for the rest of your life is false. Even if you build a successful business, competitors will challenge you every day. So the notion of fully retiring and lying on a beach 24/7 is a myth. While you can automate tasks and reduce your working hours, the financial game continues throughout your life. Rule number 3. Money won't solve your insecurities. Everyone has insecurities. Often we purchase an expensive car, move to a fancier home, or upgrade to the latest iPhone just because we want respect and admiration from our peers. That luxury car might bring joy for a short while, but soon it just becomes another vehicle, and the underlying insecurity remains. This can lead to a never-ending cycle of upgrading to even pricier items. Such behavior benefits the rich and keep them in power. If you seek genuine acceptance, focus on understanding and managing your emotions. Work on enhancing your social skills and building self-confidence. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy luxury items or experiences. Purchase whatever you want, but don't treat material possessions as a cure for deeper emotional problems. There are more effective and less costly methods to find happiness and acceptance. Rule number 4. Keep quiet. Many people love to show off their wealth. After all, in a capitalist society, income can be a significant determinant of social status. However, flaunting wealth has its drawbacks. It can attract those who see opportunity in your success, and not always with the best intentions. Suddenly, everyone wants a piece of your pie. While this attention might feel validating, it comes at a cost that often isn't worth it. And if some can't benefit from your success through genuine means, they might resort to manipulation or legal action. Stay discreet. Even if you're earning millions annually, maintain humility, avoid unnecessary bragging, and keep striving for more. Rule number 5. Bad times can make you rich. When the economy crashed in 2008, the unemployment rate skyrocketed because the companies couldn't keep paying the bills. Millions of people became unemployed, bankrupt, and homeless. However, because the greatest transfers of wealth occurred during crises, some people actively began investing and were substantially wealthier following the end of the recession. You may become an overnight success if you're willing to seize the chance. Instead of looking at financial crises as a hoax created by the government or the 1% to rip off the poor, take advantage of it as they do. Understand how the system works. Research previous recessions and other financial crises to learn how and why they occur, and be prepared to take advantage of opportunities when you see them. We are expected to go into a recession in 2024, so after this video, I recommend you watch the video at the top right corner of your screen. It will show you how to get rich using the upcoming recession. Rule number 6. As you get older, your expenses will grow. Have you noticed that you spend more and more money every year in one way or another? When you were a teen, $100 was a lot of money. Now it barely covers your gas payment. And as you become older, your expenses will only rise. That's the way our lives are, especially when you start a family. Most people don't think about the future since they are earning a decent living now. But when their costs exceed their income, people begin to complain that they do not have enough money to invest. So if you do not make sure that your income is increasing every year, soon you will trap yourself in a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle that will keep you poor for the rest of your life. Rule number 7. Wealth accumulates over time. In the same way you can't grow a tree overnight, you can't grow wealth overnight either. Remember, the sooner you invest, the better. With the power of compounding, you may become wealthy with as little as $100. It's no surprise that the world's best investor, Warren Buffett, began investing at the age of 11. What were you doing when you were 11 years old? Here's an interesting fact. You could make your great-great-grandchild a billionaire just by investing $1,160, which is the cost of a new smartphone. This is because it will rise to over $1 million in 100 years without any extra investment. You won't live that long, but I'm sure your grandchild will be grateful. If he is not greedy and keeps it for his grandchild for another 100 years, it will rise to about $1 billion. Warren Buffett made his first billion in 55 years and his second billion in just 3 years. In fact, he made 98% of his fortune after his 55th birthday. Rule number 8. Money grows on trees. Growing up, whenever we asked our parents for a new toy or the latest phone, we were taught the opposite lesson. The reason is simple. When you view money as the result of working hard for X hours, you become a slave to money. This makes it hard to afford even the basic comforts in life, let alone luxuries. But you can't spend your entire life trading time for money. Let me explain active and passive income with a simple example. Meet Bob and Andrew. Bob works a normal 9-to-5 job. Every morning he's up early, grabs his coffee, and drives to work. He clocks in, does his hours, punches out, and then goes home. For every hour Bob works, he gets paid. In fact, he actually gets paid quite well. But there's a catch. No work, no pay. Sure, he gets paid vacation, but it's only a few weeks a year. And if he gets sick or needs more time off, he doesn't get paid. Bob is trading his time directly for money. That's active income. Now meet Andrew. Andrew used to be like Bob. But after a few years of working his 9-to-5, he managed to save up some money and invest in a rental property. After finding a great property management company to handle all the day-to-day work and maintenance, Andrew profits $2,000 per month by renting out his house on Airbnb. And he doesn't have to do any of the work himself. So whether Andrew's asleep, on vacation, or playing video games, he's still making money. Andrew's making money even when he's not working. That's passive income. So while Bob is limited by the hours he can work, Andrew's earnings aren't limited by his own time. In fact, he can buy more real estate over time and expand his investments into an empire. But most people don't have the cash to go around buying rental properties, especially in this market. So you might be wondering, how can a complete beginner earn passive income in 2023 if they don't have tens of thousands of dollars to invest into real estate? I found a hidden business model that most people don't even know about. It's perfect for beginners without a lot of money to invest. Click the link in the pinned comment to learn more.